Pop Smoke comes on at the club, everyone's bumping it. Everyone's going crazy. I think it is the number one for sure shot with a DJ at a nightclub. Play Pop Smoke, everyone's going fucking crazy.
It's also, the amount of hits that he was able to accumulate in just 1 year. You have Welcome to the Party, you have Dior, you have Mood Swings, you have countless songs, and he really stood out because other people, like I said, did New York drill before him, but no one had that harsh and menacing delivery that he had. His voice was so unique, and the energy that he brought to every single song was just exhilarating, to be honest.
Yeah, what do you think about Pop Smoke sounding and like, how do you think it's affected your listening going into 2021? And would you be down for another posthumous album from Pop Smoke in his camp?
It's kind of tough to say. Like, from a business standpoint, of course, it's right. Like, I just saw the other day that he sold like another 30K this week alone, and it's been like 5 months since the album dropped.
Nuts.
But it really depends on how I don't want to be respectful, but the X label, they didn't really handle that thing. So if they do it right, I would love to hear another Pop Smoke album. And I think the sounds that he still has left, I feel like he's definitely got some more in the tank. But they just have to do it right.
He has to do it right, and he has to do it in a way where he's going to be able to replicate that same emotion that he did on the first one. And I don't know if that's possible because 50 Cent really knocked it home, and I don't know if they're going to be able to replicate that same energy again. But nonetheless, I do think that this guy has to have more music. Like, this guy has so much music in his vault, and his camp has to keep releasing it.
And it's such a tragedy to see him go just because, he was a great talent. And more than that, he was apparently, a really smart guy. And people, he was, I think, 20 years old when he passed. And people like Quavo and 50 Cent that said that he was beyond his years and that he acted like a veteran. Like, Quavo would speak to him and he thought that he was talking to a guy that's been in the game for 10 years just because of the wisdom he had. And another interesting story is that he and 50 Cent would have conversations. And one time 50 Cent was talking to him and Pop Smoke was on his phone. So 50 Cent thought that he was like disrespecting him, but he was actually writing down the words that 50 Cent was telling him. He was spitting game and Pop Smoke was noting that down, which is pretty fascinating to think of, how smart this kid was.
He's a super smart dude, and when I listen to his interviews, I see a lot of wisdom, especially in his marketing game and the way he moves. Like, he understood how to move and how to sell records. And Pop Smoke's blow up was only in like 6 months. Like, this guy did it in a super short amount of time. And the first song we obviously heard was Welcome to the Party. I think that was the first one that really popped off for him. And then after that, he released Dior, which that went absolutely brazy.
It's actually Grammy nominated this year.
That's beautiful
for best rap song.
It is true. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Wasn't on 3 albums?
Yeah, he it was a tradition where he would put Dior on every album. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so sick, dude. Imagine having a single so strong that you guys are able to put it on 3 different albums
and just accumulate those streams over and over again.
What a fucking genius, man. And
it's totally good.
Oh my goodness, bro. This guy could have gone into such a deep marketing bag if he didn't pass away. And who knows the type of career Pop Smoke could have had. It was beautiful to see the type of progression he was making. And even at that, listen, his music's living on forever. I mean, if you're from New York and you're a millennial, you're definitely bumping his music. Like, there's absolutely no doubt.